Marble Run, this time you get to build up the tower. We're obviously using the floor so things don't fall off the table and break. This one I'm predicting is not going to do very well because it only has 1 foot. If I set it here, yep, sure enough it falls over. This one, however, is doing very well. Why do you think that is? The more feet, the better. 2 feet are easier to balance on than 1. So please start with the feet. That's the tip for the Marble Run. Work your way up and start with at least 2 feet. I wonder what would happen if you had 3 feet. Please repeat after me. Don't take it apart. You may use this track, you may add on to this track, but when it's time to clean up, we're gonna leave it here for the next group. We're just gonna pick up the pieces that are on the floor and then put those back on the table. Otherwise, the track can stay up there for the next group. Speaking of tracks, quick review. In order to connect and disconnect the orange tracks, you need this piece, which is called a connector. You'll see there's 3 dots, and the 3 dots need to be facing up. And you're gonna take a track. I've discovered that if you lay the 3 dots on the table and the track in the U shape, you can slide one into the other pretty easily, and then it'll lock into place. And then take the other side if you need to, and then again, on a flat surface, slide it in, and there you go. Now it's locked. Am I gonna yank it apart? No, I'm gonna press that blue button there in the middle to release. Okay. If your track does not have a dot like this, it's because it's an old track and you don't want to use that one. I need to take those out. So make sure you have a dot like this that matches your blue connector. Table connector review. It's just a basic simple machine screw, and then you're going to set that over the table or the box or whatever you like. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And then you've got 3 points on this to attach the track. And we're going to use that U shape again, and we're just going to slide it on here if you like, or you can slide it on this one, or you can slide it on this one. When you're done, lefty-loosey. Now, if it's already a part of a track, you just leave it. That's okay. But if it's in the floor, we'll just pick it up. Otherwise, we're good. Jenga building station. You can look at the picture on here for ideas. Quick tip. To put this together, you need 3 blocks. And so what I like to do is I like to do 1, 2, 3. And then you want to go like a plus sign there. And then so your teammates and you can all at the same time pick up 3 and stack them.
Pick up 3 and stack them. All the way up. When you get to the top, you take turns 1 person at a time. And the goal is to remove 1 block from the bottom and move it up to the top.
And so I'm not done yet, but I'm going to pretend like I am. So I'm going to look for a loose, there's a loose one. Going to slide it out and then put it back on top. It's on the tray, so in case it falls down, hopefully the tray will contain it so it doesn't fall on the floor. Now that we have an album to put our pictures and video in, I want to practice taking selfies. So we're going to go to the camera option here. And then in the iPad camera, there is obviously the selfie there, so you can see the camera, cool. But there's also a little timer button up here, and that matches the little icon on your table. I'm going to tap on that, and it gives me some choices. 3 seconds, 10 seconds, or off. If I go to 3 seconds, now when I press the shutter button, which is the take a picture button, let's see what happens. 1, oop, it counted from 3 down to 1. So what this does is with 10 seconds set, I can take the picture, but then I can get with my teammates and I can see all the while how much time is left on it. And then I can set up whatever activity we're doing for today. Here's my experiment. This is the Merge Cube station, and you'll notice the Merge Cube is taped to the table. That's because we only have 1 Merge Cube, but we have multiple iPads. So you can move the iPad around to see what you like to see. If you're stuck on something that you don't like, what you can do is there's a back arrow here. So I'm gonna back out of that. That takes me back to my choices. Now you have a white dot in the middle. That is your pointer. When you move the iPad, you'll see that it moves around. So that is also your selector. So if you want, for example, the piranha, you need to line up that white dot so it's pointing at the piranha. And then there's a little launch button. You're gonna tap on launch. And now you can move the iPad around and it's gonna stay on that one, okay? Again, if you wanna back out, there is oh, by the way, if you tap on the screen, it does different things. So maybe we should do this one. Let's see what happens when I tap on the screen. Ooh, it changes color each time I tap. That's so cool. But if I want to try another angle, I could come over here. to this iPad, and you'll see this castle here. If you tap on it, it makes fireworks. Okay. Again, move the iPad, not the merge cube. Also, please keep the kickstand open on the iPad because it makes a really nice, easy way to keep it pointed at the cube. For those who have not already seen, the 3D Brush app is amazing. You're gonna open it up and you want it to take a picture of the room. This is a complicated app and it freezes up sometimes. That's okay. If it does that, you want to go to the home button 2 times. Whoops. And then you're just gonna swipe up on the app to close it. And then you're gonna come down here to reopen it. And that usually does the trick, and now we're back in business. This shows you the color. The first 4 are free. We're not paying for anything today, so please don't try the locked ones. You may choose whatever color. They're all super cool. And then you're gonna draw on the screen. Oops, see if I can. You draw on the screen like that. Once you've done that, you can move around the room and see what you've done, and it stays there. Super cool. If you don't like what's there and you wanna start over, what do? Double tap the home button, and then swipe up to close it, and you can just reopen it. You can walk around the room and try drawing different things in different places and then look at it from different angles. 3D Brush.